Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1st December 2020. This is my, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is my 5th December here trading. And what an accomplishment it has been, man. 5th December trading. All right. Just got to make sure everyone is inside. Admit all. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. We got the gulag coming in too. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's take a look at this over here. Let's do some quick breakdowns here because haven't really seen things here right now. So just gonna do a little breakdown on pound yen. Gonna do a breakdown on gold. Gonna do a breakdown on euro yen. So look at this, right? This is my first time looking at the charts since yesterday. I'm not gonna rush into any sort of setups. I'm just gonna take a look, see what's going on, gonna calm down, and then I'm gonna decide what we can do here today. So let's take a look at, let's start with pound yen here. Looking at the daily time frame, the daily candles did move out. I'm sure a lot of people took buys on pound yen for price to come up to retest 139,800 again. Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame here. Let's see what's going on. So on the 4-hour, we see a possible rejection from here. But also now when price is coming down, it's coming down to a possible minor support area where price kind of like ranged here before. So we got to take a look at it in more detail. And more detail means we got to take a look at it on the 1-hour time frame. So looking on the 1-hour time frame, what we have is we have a support formed at 139,250, right? We got support formed over here. Now, obviously, we want price to respect the support to continue up, or if we break the support, then we know we're going to continue down towards 138,900, right? So I'm going to put a level right over there. Looks like there was some sort of a rejection at 139,450 as well, so we're going to put another level over here. And now what we got to do is we got to go down to the 30-minute time frame and start to look to see where can we get some sort of a good range. So looking at the 30-minute here, first of all, what we see is that there was a minor resistance formed here. And if we measure this range, this is a 26 pip range, right? So if we think price is going to continue going up, we need some sort of a support formed here, or we need price to break above 139,480 to continue moving bullish. So if we take a look at it from a selling perspective, this is a 34 pip range, right? And what we've talked about with impulse entries and all that stuff is like if price breaks below this area, then there's a possibility we may continue down. But at the same time, we cannot ignore this rejection right over here as well. So let's take a look at this idea over here. So if we do continue down, it's like 9-10 pips away below this wick over here. If you look down to the 15-minute time frame, yeah, I think if we break below this area, we should be continuing bearish. I think at least till, let's take a look here. First we got this wick rejection over here, and then we got this area down till here around 139. So yeah, could happen. Oh, we're breaking the low at this point. Could this be an impulse entry for price to continue down? Seems like it's straight all the way down to 139,100 and then coming down towards 139 even. Could make sense. Price broke the low. This is what we've talked about. This is what we learned in last weekend's board session for price to continue down. So yeah, we broke the low over here. So looking at gold, gold is also approaching some sort of a resistance here. It's rejecting here. If you're holding sells on gold from somewhere down over here, man, there were no confirmations for sells on gold. Even on the 4-hour, I mean, it was straight bullish. All right. We got 7 minutes left for this candle to close. Right? Here's the thing. If someone's executing a sell, let me just bring this right here. If someone's executing a sell right over here, obviously your stop loss is up over here, right? But now you're keeping an eye on this 15-minute candle and seeing where it's going to close, because if this candle closes above this area over here, then you're basically, the sells are invalid. You know, because you want this candle to close strong bearish somewhere right over here or somewhere over here for sells to be valid. But if it closes up back in this range, then your sells are basically invalid. You know, so you're holding the position right now. You're basically waiting to see where this candle is going to close, because it's going to close in the next 6 minutes. And if it closes a strong bearish candle, you can expect the next 15 minutes to continue down. But if it closes back above this range, then obviously it's going to get really hard for the next candle to go down, right? So that's the whole idea. So it's going to go something like this. If we're going to do a short position, it's probably going to be something like this right over here, right? So you're aiming for around 139, 100, 139, but at the same time, you're managing your risk by watching this candle where it's going to close. So it's going to be very important there. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Are you in sell? No, I'm not trading the month of December here. So what's this? Wick rejection formation, took position over here for price to continue up, secured 15 pips, secured 10 pips. Okay, perfect. It's pretty good. Let's take a look at your JPY here. So it looks like your JPY is also continuing up. We have this daily wick to fill up at 125, 120. And with the momentum, it's moving. I'm pretty sure that's going to continue up to fill that wick. So let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame here. So looking at the 4-hour, what we see is that the 4-hour candles are moving bullish, right? The first thing we see that candles are moving bullish. Let me turn on this light over here. All right. So candles are moving bullish at the same time. Plus also we're breaking above this resistance at 124.870 right here. And now when we go down to the 1-hour time frame, what we see is that 1 hour is basically creating some sort of a resistance at 124.940. The area is getting a little tight over here, so we're going to bring this down here. Looking down to the 30-minute time frame, yeah, we're just ranging. Your JPY is just ranging here between 124.930 and 124.777. It's like a 15 pip range. Nothing you can do in this range. I mean, unless we break above, 124.930, 940, then you have some sort of a opportunity for price to continue up towards 125, 100, 14 pips away, 15 pips away. So that's going to work in that instance. But if you're looking for sells, then obviously you want price to break below 124.780. But like trading within this range, it's a very small range, extremely small range to trade in here. So there's going to be some sort of a waiting involved here. So looking at pound yen, see now it's coming up. There's no use in holding sells at this point. It's nothing. Yeah, these 30-minute candles are also rejecting here. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Your JPY chart. Your JPY chart coming up, 15-minute time frame. You're waiting for price to break above here or break below here. Very nice. That's a nice label chart here. I like it. Sells on the next 15-minute candle if it closes below support. Yes, that would be a better idea. See how impulse entries are aggressive. So if you're new and you're practicing on impulse entries, you're going to take a lot of losses, because the reason why you're going to take a lot of losses is because you're not going to have that mental temperament to basically act. And acting means if you're executing and you have a stop loss up over here, and as you see prices coming back in the range, you're closing 50%, you're closing 70%, or you're closing the whole thing. If I was here, I would have closed the whole thing, because basically you want your price to be somewhere in the vicinity of this area. But if your conditions are not being fulfilled, you're basically exiting the trade. So taking impulse entries, it requires a lot of discipline, strong discipline. If you're the kind of person who's more prone to overtrade or over risk, impulse entries are not going to work for you, because you basically have no discipline to start with, right? So it takes a lot of time. Monty has restricted his London live stream to his paid members only. Aren't you going to do the same? No, man, I'm not going to do the same. Like, my motive to start the live streams was to have free education, free knowledge for everybody. So I think if I go towards the paid thing for everyone, I think I'm going to be going against my word. So I can't do that. right, let's take a look at this same chart over here. How do we measure if we have mastered a pair in order to continue to another? You don't continue to another. You see, here's the thing. The only way you know that you've mastered a pair is when you're profitable. You know, if you're not profitable, then you haven't mastered a pair. That's it. I mean, if you're just trading on GPJPY or you're trading on, let's say, gold or your JPY and you're not profitable, that means you haven't mastered the pair. You know, like I still only focus on pound yen. I feel like no remorse in not trading, you know, like euro yen or pound USD or gold or whatever. Nothing. I just focus on this. All right, we're coming back in here now. We are coming back, and this candle is about to close. In 33 seconds. Let's take a look at gold over here. Let's see what gold's up to here. So on the 1 hour, we're also coming up. 30-minute candles, we're also bullish. Yeah, gold is nothing. I mean, the structure you want to see on gold is basically you would want to see some sort of a support forming on gold to identify whether it's going to continue down or it's going to respect that support to continue up. That's what you want to see. So basically, if you're not in any gold trades, you're basically waiting at this point. Looking at the 15-minute here as well, I mean, yeah, you know, like you're just waiting for gold to create some sort of a support, because if a support is formed, then basically if we break that support, then you know we can go down. But if we respect that support, then price is going to support the idea to continue bullish. So that's what we're waiting. Okay, so the 15-minute candle has closed right over here, and the way it has closed below this area here. So let me draw this line over here, right, for like a visual reference. So look at this. 15-minute candle closed below these areas here. So for price to really continue moving down, you need this candle to continue going bearish. But if this candle comes back in the range, then obviously, like, you know, your selling idea is going to be invalid. So I think it's still valid for price to continue down. Looking at the 30-minute time frame as well, 30-minute candle is also pretty good. It's going to close in 15 minutes, 14 minutes. So if it closes bearish, perfect. You're still in the money for price to continue bearish. I'd say so. Like the only thing that should scare you is if this candle goes back in the range. All right, what's this? Took a risky buy on GJ. Where was this buy taken? Oh, this buy was taken right over here. Okay, it worked out pretty good. I think this thing had to be moved on this candle here, because I thought you took a buy right over here. And I was going to say, who takes a buy on a bearish candle? You're about to get roasted here. But yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. I just read it. All right, let's see here. 30-minute support zone, rejection zone. Yeah, this is the whole thing. This is the only problem here for price to go down, right? There's this rejection right over here. Also these wicks here too. That's why you need candles to stay bearish, right? If candles start forming bullish at this point, then you know price is rejecting this whole area. Because look, price previously after London Open came down, it rejected 139, 180. Next price came down, it rejected this price again. This candle came down bearish. Of course, it came down bearish, but also it closed here, but it also seems like it rejected here. So for price to really continue down, you want this candle to go bearish. If it doesn't go bearish, then we're rejecting this area. But if it continues bearish, then we can look at these wicks as possible destinations, you know, or like also looking left over here, you can look at these areas as possible destinations for price to reach on to, right? But if we start forming bullish candles, then obviously there's going to be some sort of problem, right? So let's take a look at this 5-minute here. Yeah, see, we're rejecting this area on the smaller time frame. So yeah, this selling idea is going to be very, very invalid unless we start breaking this low here again. All right, Let's take a look here. Okay, Bitcoin is back in the game. Man, I know a friend of mine. He's holding Bitcoin buys from 19,000. Since the last time it was at 19,000, he's holding. Holy man. All the Bitcoin people are happy now. All the Bitcoin mentors are like cockroaches, you know, they come back when Bitcoin goes up, they disappear when it goes down. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is pound yen, buys above 139.470, sells below 139.250. It's a very, very simple setup. So basically means you're waiting for candles to break and close below here. Okay, could be a nice idea. This thing is still open now. If it goes bearish, we're continuing down. So I guess there's some sort of waiting over here now. Hey, you make my trading very easy. Now I have more wins after joining you. Another GJ win. Let's take a look at this. Oh wow, okay, 2 lots. Took a buy in this candle with 10 to 12 pip stop loss. Take profit over here, 139.420. Beautiful. You had clean traffic hits to the left hand side. Support was made. This candle was sort of like a rejection here as well. And man, amazing. Beautiful. If the candle on GJ closes bullish, can we adjust the level? Yeah, because this whole area is a support area, right? This whole area is a support area. The only problem is this 30-minute needs to close below this area now. Because we have the smaller time frame, the 15-minute candle closing below here. Now you need the entire 30-minute candle to close below this area. And the only thing that's going to make the 30-minute candle close below this area is going to be this 15-minute candle closing bearish. So if this 15-minute candle does not close bearish, there are no sells. But if it closes bearish, then looking at the 30-minute, you can say, okay, perfect, you know, now we can continue moving down. So that's the only problem here now. I'm holding a buy on GBP USD. Do you think I have a chance? All right, let's see if we can help someone out of their misery over here. All right, so basically gold is coming down over here. Gold's coming down. I'd want to see some sort of a support formed on gold over here. Let's take a look at GU buys. GU buys. Looking at the daily time frame, daily is rejecting a resistance up over here, right? Looking down to the 4-hour time frame, looks like on the 4-hour we had some sort of support forming at 1.33180. And then now looking down to the 1-hour time frame, we have 1-hour candle bearish over here. There's no buys. Where do you see buys? The candle is bearish at this point. I mean, there are no buys. I mean, your buys were nullified when you had this bearish candle form here. And this is kind of like the same resistance on pound yen here as well. And I mean, if we stay bearish, then we're continuing down, because look, the 15-minute candle is retracing, but at the same time it's, you know, reacting to this minor resistance here as well. So a bit of a problem. Mate. I think your good buys on pound dollar is going to be about 1.33630, you know, because then you have this range to fill up over here. But this is all consolidation here. There's no trade over here. It's all consolidation. Hey, Raja, in this case, where would you be looking to close 50%? You know what? I'm going to be looking to close 50% if we start breaking above 139.300. If you start breaking above 139.300, then there's a very high possibility the price is going to continue moving up, right? But if we stay below this area, the only reason why I say that is because the previous candle closed with no wick over here. So obviously if this closed with no wick over here, we're in a sort of like a downtrend, minor downtrend here. So I think the 15-minute should continue going bearish. But if it starts to go bullish, if it starts to break its own high in the second half of this candle, then there's a probability it's going to continue moving up and there's going to be no trade over here. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. 30-minute support is rejecting this area. Yes. Yes. So that's why it's very, very difficult at this point. It's extremely difficult at this point over here. Because number one, we need this candle to go bearish. Number two, that's going to turn the 30-minute bearish over here. But if it closes above this area, then, you know, the sells are invalid basically. All right, so what I want to do is I want to take a look at what happened overnight. What happened overnight, mate? So we have nothing happening here. We have some Euro news over here. Had some Euro news, minor Euro news. I mean, we got some CAD GDP later on, ISM at 10 a.m. I mean, yeah, it should be a pretty easy session over here. Looking at the news here as well, nothing really that stands out that happened overnight. So yeah, let's see what happens here. So it looks like we are rejecting here, so there's probably going to be no sells at this point. Shouldn't we wait for 30-minute and 1-hour candles to close for confirmation? Yes. Yes. That's what you should be waiting for. That whole commentary I was doing that whole commentary from the perspective of impulse entries, which are basically invalid at this point. You know, because you wanted candles to go down, but they didn't. So basically that whole idea is invalid. So there's nothing to do at this point. I mean, if you measure this range, how big is this range over here? This is like a 18-20 pip range. So I think for buys, you would need price to come above 139.480 because you have clean candle here to the left, and it's going to be a very easy move bullish if we come above this area here. Had this masterpiece on GJ yesterday on London Open. Please, I need your opinion. Oh, all right. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Pound yen. Waiting for price to break support. To break and form support here. Okay. TP at Asian resistance. Awesome. So how did this turn out? Did this turn out good? Oh, I guess it turned out good for you here. Price did move up here. I think this move up came later on in the Asian session. Yeah, basically I'm gonna call this area as like consolidation area right over here. This is like a range area now. Yeah, now the sells are really invalid. There's nothing to do at this point. It's like a 23 pip range, 22 pip range. I mean, if you're really gonna take a trade, I think a really good trade is gonna be above 139, you know, 500. You have clean range over here. Raja, please help me. I'm about giving up. I don't know what to say, man. If you're about to give up, you just got to take a deeper look into yourself and see what's making you give up. Is it over trading? Is it over risking, over leveraging? Are you trading other people's money? Is there undue pressure on your trading? Are you pressuring yourself to make money? All those factors, man, if you come to the charts with all those factors in mind, you're never going to make money. It's going to get really, really hard because trading is not about making money. I'm going to tell this right now. It's not about making money. It's about having passion for the markets. You know, like when you come to the charts and you want to overtrade, you want to over risk, and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna retire my parents, I'm gonna have these dreams. Having these dreams are awesome, you know, but dreams don't come true. You know, like some dreams you're just gonna die with those dreams. Those dreams are not gonna come true. So you basically have to look at it and say that, okay, if I'm going to trade, why am I trading? I'm basically trading, obviously, like, you know, to make money. But like the first thing is that you have to be passionate about, can you be right? You know, like when I'm right once a day or twice a day in the charts, man, I'm the happiest person in the world. You know, because if I can predict the market accurately, and then I know that, okay, that can turn into money. But if I start predicting market like 2 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day, then it's just madness, man. It really doesn't work. Okay, so GJ is back in the game over here in the last 2 minutes. In the last 2 minutes, we are back in the game. once we come down to break this low, I think it's going to continue down towards 139 even here, 139.050, even 139 right over here. Yeah, this should continue down now. Oh, some people are still in these cells over here. Beautiful. Yeah, it should continue down to like 139,
Yeah,
139 even here.
cells.
Nice.
Hey, Roger. Morning.
Hey.
Hey, everyone. So on the hourly, it's making a lower high technically, right? So if it gives a sign, it gives us a bullish candle. Is that valid for a buy in that sense on the hourly?
Yeah, but like right now, this is coming down for sells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just skewed my half at 139.111.
Nice.
That's one.
So yeah, buys. I mean, I don't know, man. For buys, you needed these candles to close bullish, right? Which they didn't. So when this first candle closed bearish, then the buys were basically invalid, right? Because you wanted the candles to slowly close bullish. I mean, on the 1 hour, you could maybe take buys, but then once you look to see where this 1 hour candle closed, this is where the 1 hour candle closed right over here with the 30-minute candle closing bearish. So if the 30-minute candle is closing bearish, you cannot take a buy based on a 1 hour because you need this candle to close bullish, right? And when you look down to 15-minute as well, there's a 15-minute closing right over here, and you still can't take a buy because your range is basically 9 pips. It's what we discussed in my board here, you know, which I did the little education thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Like crazy. I was thinking to close my positions, but it suddenly went down and I stopped.
Nice. You know, next time you should tell us when you enter.
I did enter when you were telling like it was about to close the previous wick.
Yeah.
You were suggesting at that time I entered.
Oh, nice. All right. Awesome. This epiphany is playing out really well over here. We're coming down towards 139, 139.040, 043. Coming close towards 139 even here. It's coming down, man. 139.020. 139. Awesome. 139 hit. I wasn't in this trade, but if someone was in this trade, you played it down to 139, man. Well done. Very, very well done here. What's the time here? In like 30 minutes. Right? 30 minutes. The only thing was you managed your risk. That's it. The only thing was you managed your risk. If someone closed position in a drawdown, that's totally fine because now you can look back and ask yourself, okay, how you could have re-entered again. You know, because obviously it worked. Price came down, it worked. Someone got 10 pips, 15 pips. In the gulag, people, if you got this trade or if you're impressed with this trade, give a like on the stream and do subscribe. You know, subscribe to this channel, man.
That was good. I got my 10 pips.
Yeah. Wow, look at this. 28 pip move down over here. Ooh, someone closed in a drawdown and then re-entered. Beautiful. Yeah, this is it. We gave a trade idea yesterday first thing in the morning. I think that was on your JPY. Then we gave another. This was a little. This played with some people's emotions because, you know, price kind of like retraced a little deeper over here, but eventually it came through.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. Oh, someone made 150,000 on their demo account. Awesome. In the gulag. Yeah, so this was a very, very good move over here. Closed in drawdown first and then re-entered, closed 90% with profit, left the runner, 2 trades for the day. Awesome. Awesome. Man, this is great. Pretty good. Zoom has the background music too. I love this music. Thank you, thank you. Some people say this music is pretty loud on Zoom.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Like it's in the background, right?
Yeah.
I try to have it off on Zoom, basically.
We're about to go live.
We are live, man. What are you talking about? All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is EUR/JPY. Range is too small for buys. I think it's a pretty good range here for EUR/JPY. Even though it's a 14, 15 pips, I mean, look at the volume EUR/JPY has, right? It has enough volume to maybe correct this whole move. So if it does go up, it's going to be a pretty good move. This range is pretty small right over here. Really, really small range over here.
Raja, our daily bottom is around 138,912. Do you think our potential take profit should be around that?
Potential take profit should be where you want to secure positions, you know. And if you have a runner running, I think your runner should get down here. Like I have the same area plotted here.
I have secured 75% right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Raja, do you think most of your trades happen around pre-New York? Yes and no. You know, there are days when we're waiting from 6:30 till like 8:30, 9 a.m. and nothing happens, you know. Then there are days where we come on the charts like we did this morning. We saw price closing below and we started seeing sells and it basically worked out in the first half hour of the stream. So it depends. Every day is totally different, you know. So this was what, a 27 pip move? Let's write down over here. GJ sells. This, I'll do like 20 pips. Yeah. Give myself a benefit of a doubt, you know. But at the same time, if you notice, the stop loss which we had over here, it never got hit. The stop loss never got hit. So even if you close 50%, 60%, 70%, your smaller position was still open because you stop, it never got hit. You know, still active, and price came down towards 139, went a few pips below that. Man, beautiful. Awesome. Just wanted to say thank you again for the free live stream. Been here for 3 months. I've started to be more disciplined and stopped overtrading. Yeah, that's it, man. If you stop overtrading, things are going to get really easy for you. Just got to stop overtrading. You know, overtrading, over-risking. Can you see this impulse sell okay for counter trend? Let's take a look at this. This is pound yen. I don't know what's going on over here. Support formed, support formed. Took an impulse sell on counter trend and price broke the low of the previous bearish candle right over here. Okay, yeah, this looks good. This is the same exact idea that happened here, because look, over here, I think when you entered what, you had clean candles here to the left hand side, right? Same idea played right over here as well. All right, let's go into mute. Yeah, same idea here. Price broke the low here and we continued moving down. So, you know, as we were talking about these wicks over here, you notice how once this candle started going bearish, these wicks here, they became destinations instead of rejections, you know. If you had a candle closing bullish, if you had a candle leaving a big wick and closing with a big wick, then you could say, okay, you know what, these things are basically rejections here, and you know, it's basically going to be a rejection here. But once we started going bearish, then these rejections, they become destinations right over here. Destination, destination, and then eventually, you know, price came down over here. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is US 30. Want to buy above this zone? What do you think? All right, let's take a look at US 30 over here. All right, gold is now rejecting that area here. We're gonna come back towards gold. Let's take a look at US 30 here. So US 30, looking at the daily time frame, we're basically in a rejection sort of area, plus also the daily candles coming up. So there's probably some sort of probably it could make some sort of move back up towards 30,100. So let's take a look at the 4 hour here. Looking on the 4 hour, we basically broke above this resistance, and this is around 29,950. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we're basically seeing a rejection over here as well. So price made a high at this point. So I think if price made a high at this point, you'd want to see some sort of a support being created for price to continue up, or you could want to see a break above this area for price to, yeah, I think that could be a valid idea. But if you want to measure this range, this is a 29-point range. It's not enough. You're probably going to target right up over here, 30,100. Yeah, that would be the move, 30,100, because that's a very small range over there. What's this? Your JPY. Want to take impulse buy when this candle broke the 1 hour high. What do you think? Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's a good idea. Once we break above the high, I think that could move price up, because that's a strong resistance now. If you look over here, look at how many 30-minute candles are rejecting 124,950. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you want one gladiator candle to break above all these candles here, because now this area becomes a barrier. It becomes a jail for all these candles. So you need one strong Hercules candle to break this jail, so that his friends can continue breaking up. That's what you want over here. So you gotta constantly start telling stories to yourself about candles. Like right now, pound yen came down. It was a selling move. Selling move has ended. There's no trade right now on pound yen. The only thing you can probably look out for is maybe for it to create some sort of a minor resistance to continue down. That's something you can look at this point. But so far, there's nothing. Wicks are rejections that becomes destinations. Yes, that is absolutely true. If you have wicks to the left and the candles are forming in their directions, those wicks become destinations. But if the candles are forming in the opposite way, then those wicks, they basically become, your rejections there, obviously. Hey Raja, haven't been watching your streams in a while. I know you hate this, but can you have a look at USD ZAR? Well, absolutely I hate this. Why don't you post a chart? Come on, man. It says on the screen, don't say look at this or look at that. You need to post a chart. All right, let's take a look over here. This is your JPY. This is a range over here. Entry once present candles break the high of the previous. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good for your JPY to break. So this is basically ranging at this point here. If you had closed that trade in a drawdown, where would you have entered a second entry? First of all, I wouldn't have closed that trade in a drawdown because price was just retracing. I may have closed 50%, may have closed like 60%. Here's the thing, right? When price is retracing and it's not coming too close to your stop loss, you don't have to close the whole thing. The whole idea of closing partial positions is to let a partial position run. Because when you're closing partial positions, you're basically getting scared. Or when you're closing the whole position, you're getting scared. You don't have any confidence left. So you have to remove some sort of that scared behavior from the trade, right? So if you close 50%, you close 60%, you're removing some stress off the chart. So you need to let the rest of the position run. Because if you let the rest position run and it continues on to your take profit, it, you're getting some sort of confidence in, right? Because this is going to happen again, right? You're going to go in a drawdown again, and then price is going to go to your target. So you cannot close the whole thing. Close 80%, but at least let some position run, because that's going to increase your confidence to take even, like, let's say, like a bigger trade the next time it happens. You know, so you gotta look into those things here. But let's talk about where could you have re-entered, right? I think a really good re-entry would have been once this candle started breaking the low right over here, for price to continue down. Because once it started breaking the low, then you could have really strong affirmations that, okay, now we are 100% continuing down. You know, you have to be 100% sure. You have to say that, okay, what's the probability whether this is going to continue moving down or it's going to shoot right back up? You know, so once this kind of starts breaking the low, you start talking to yourself, man. I always talk to myself. I always tell myself, okay, what's the probability? What's the probability? What's the probability? And yeah, those things work. So you're saying that let the other 50% hit your full TP. Yes. Or hit your full stop loss. You know, if you're closing partials over here, you're letting the rest of the position hit your stop loss. Because the whole idea is, if you're opening, let's say I'm opening a 10 lot down over here, right? Because I open 10 lots. So let's say I'm opening a 10 lot right over here, and my stop loss is up over here, which is like, let's say 15 pips. So I'm risking what? Let's say I'm risking $1,500 right over here, right? If price comes to my stop loss, I'm risking $1,500. If price comes up over here, right over here, and I'm closing 50%, let's say I'm closing it in a drawdown of, let's say, what drawdown is this going to be over here? So let's say I'm closing in a 4 pip drawdown, and I'm closing 50%, right? So listen to this very, very carefully. 50% of 10 lot is 5 lot. So if I'm closing $250 right over here, now I've removed $250 risk from my trade. Makes sense? So this 1500, it becomes what? 1250. So if price hits my stop loss, I'm losing 1250 rather than losing 1500. This makes sense, right? But if I leave the whole thing open and that 5 lot continues moving down, the rest of the 5 lot that we kept open, look at this. That whole 5 lot continues down to $500, goes towards $1,500, $1,000 right over here. You know, oh, actually less, 700. Yeah, exactly, 750. Basically, 750. Right? So that's how you're keeping your losses small. And once you do this once, you'll do this again and again and again. And the more times you do it, you're going to get better and better at that. And then you're going to turn, and then someone's going to look at you and say, oh man, hey, like, how can you take such small losses on big lots, man? And you're going to say, yeah, man, just like manage your risk, you know, close partial positions, let the rest run. It's easy peasy. And yeah, I mean, that all just boils down to practice. You know, and I've been managing risk for a long time, you know, so obviously I have to be good at that. I know some people in the group, some people in the YouTube here as well are pretty good at managing risk at that point too. So, you know, like, it's definitely getting better for a lot of people here. Looking at your JPY, we're still stuck over here, kind of like, you know, waiting for price to break above 124.950 and see what happens. All right. Hey, cheers from Belgium. Thank you for all you do for the Gulag. Which broker will you be moving on since Vantage closed in Canada? There are a couple of options I have. So I'm going to see. I still have a lot of time to think about it, right? A lot of options I have here. How often it occurs when you close 50% drawdown and the other 50% go and reach a TP? Oh, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. If you go look at my history on my Instagram, you'll see that sometimes, you know, on 15 lots, I'm making $700, you know, $1,000. That means I've closed partial positions and the rest of the positions went and hit my TP. That's basically what it is. If we miss the first trade, do you think sells are valid if we break the low on the 15? I don't think so, because the low on the 15 is way down over here, and then you got the support down over here. So I don't think that's going to be valid. I think on the 5-minute could be valid, but it's pretty aggressive because it's on the 5-minute time frame. You know?
Roger, I think they're asking if it forms support and it closes below support and then it breaks the low of that candle.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what they're probably asking.
yeah. But the only low of the yeah, I mean, oh, right over here. No, the low is down over here. So if this 15-minute candle closes below this area, because essentially this is a support form right over here on the 15-minute time frame now. So you would want this candle to close below this area to continue down to fill this wick. Or if you're going to want to get really aggressive about it, you can take a look on the 5-minute and then maybe, do impulse entries as we break the low over here for price to continue down. But then again, you have this low formed over here, which you need to break, like this support area over here. So, it's gonna get pretty tricky here. So you need this candle to stay bearish here. So even if you don't get in this, even if this candle continues down and you don't get in this trade, consider this as a learning idea over here. Because now looking on the 5-minute makes sense, but we know 5-minute is a like a lower confirmation time frame. We also have this support formed over here, so we need this to break as well. Then you got this 15-minute here as well. So sometimes you could have some sort of a reservation that, okay, should I enter? Should I stay away? Should I enter with a smaller lot or not? In both cases, you're going to learn something, right? Because if this does play out, this is going to happen again. And next week, next month, the whole year is going to happen again. So you're going to be ready at that point. So even though if you're missing trades, that's still perfectly fine. Oh, my cousin told me that Monty said that YouTube is still free. He is just busy with his personal life responsibilities. Someone earlier said that now a pay stream, so just wanted to clarify. Yeah, man. Thank you, Rafe. People are just fucking retards, They twist people's words here and there just to fit their own narrative. That's what happens. So, yeah, thank you for that clarification. Man, sometimes people act like you have those old aunties, that go and talk here and talk there. I mean, that's how people talk like. I mean, they act like sometimes. Come on, man. Shit. That man's trying to make you money. That man's trying to help you guys, and you guys want to talk bad about Monty? Man. I think I should now close down the stream for the gulag here because the gulag doesn't deserve this. Yeah.
That'd be the worst thing you can do for these people, man. Trust. No, you know that probably 80-90% of them, they're learning the proper way. But some of them, they're still thinking, oh man, these dumbasses don't know what they're doing. So yeah. They take exactly the opposite trades of what we take.
Yeah, 100%. There are some people in here that they still do that.
Yeah.
I know you gulag people are still in there. I see you. Out of 2,700 people, there are 4 or 5 these gulaggers here. They don't like us. And every day they come on the stream to record us lose.
And they get fucked because we always do it great.
Yeah. Yes. Yesterday was a good day. Today again had a great call on GJ.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What do you do when your broker closes? Do they warn you any risk with your money? There's risk everywhere. There's risk when you put money in the bank. Every morning I look at my bank account to make sure everything is there. Every morning I look at my my trading account to make sure everything is not there in my trading account because I withdrew everything. But I still look at my bank account to see everything is still there because I don't trust the banks. And you can't have cash on you all the time because I don't trust people. So you're in a lose-lose. So you're stuck in a trust situation over here. You just gotta trust somebody.
Yeah, you got some trust issues, buddy.
Yeah. All right, this 15-minute candle is about to close. Yeah, I think it's going to continue down. We're going to fill this wick over here. There's I mean, if you were to ask me what's the probability, I think it's a very high probability. If we keep closing below 139, what's this, 111, 110, for this price to continue down. I think gold can continue down too. Bitcoin is also doing some YOLO plays here.
Yeah, man.
Where is it? Where's Bitcoin? It's fun to watch when something is just running. Let's take a look here. Oh, it's not doing YOLO plays. It's coming down over here now slowly. Wow, tapped back into 19,910. Would you consider this a valid trade idea? Let's take a look here. If this candle closes like this below support, okay, next candle breaks the low of the previous one, yes, I would consider that as a very, very valid trade idea. I think that would be a very, very valid trade idea. Oh wow, look at that, still coming down. Looks like on the 5-minute it played out. Broke the low, coming down, we're breaking this low now. We should continue down to fill the wick. So now two things are happening at this point, right? Number one, people, they're waiting for this 15-minute candle to close so they can take a sell on the next candle, but obviously you're basically now missing the move. There's nothing wrong in that. This is a learning lesson right now. You're missing the move, and now you're going to take a look at that and say that, okay, what could I have done to not miss this move? And then we're going to go back to what we were talking about based on a 5-minute time frame, right? And then you're like, okay, well, makes sense. Okay, 5-minute was bearish. We broke the low over here. Basically did a retracement. It's coming down. Even though 5-minute is a weak confirmation time frame, it's from a market structure perspective, it makes sense. So then the whole 15-minute is probably going to come down to fill this wick. Yeah, so I think the best way to use the small time frames is when there's a lot of volume in the charts. There's a lot of volume right now. You see the size of these candles, man? Massive candles. How do you resonate the 139 flat sensitive area at 4 hour in this wick fill idea? Well, I think it should continue down. That's it. To fill this wick over here, you got the daily range down here at 138,920. I mean, it could come down over there. That's it. Price either goes up or it goes down. That's it. If you want to introduce some other ideas in it, then it's going to get pretty messy, right? So looking on the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour candle is about to close in 33 minutes. Looking at the 4 hour is also coming down. Clean candles here to the left hand side. Looking at the daily, if this support gets broken at 138,910, man, daily candle is going to turn bearish over there. So yeah, so far it's looking pretty good to continue on.
I'm happy you talk about Bitcoin because I took a sell. I'm about to close though.
Oh, nice. Hey, just wanted to thank you for the knowledge. I used to be a bad trader that overtraded, and thanks to you, I actually managed to hit 23% return. Oh, return sun my account in 2 months. I don't know what sun means in that sentence, but it's pretty good, man. 23% return, amazing.
Make sure you send a 2% contribution to market fluidity.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Send that through. I think the Gulag owes me at least $100,000 here.
Period, man.
Over 3 years. Made you guys a lot of money, man. Only if you've been disciplined. That's it. Only if you've been disciplined. If you've taken a winning trade in the stream and you've overtraded and lost those profits, man, you basically, what's Mazi doing? Hey Mazi, who's got your iPad, man? You're drawing lines over here. I met Mazi in London, man. Cool guy. Mazi was there when Sean Lee came to yeah, hilarious. All right. What's this? Hey, coach, could you help me with this trade? All right, let's take a look over here. Price made a high over here. Okay, took a buy as this candle was break previous candle high over. No, man. No. This was not a good buy over here. Closed everything. Yeah, because look, there was this wick rejection over here. It was a very tricky area over here. So if you look on the 15-minute, that made no sense as well on the 15-minute time frame. So we're going to take a look at that here right now. Let's see here. Yeah, it was right here, right? Somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, it was right over here. Yeah, see this candle? This closed. Oh, okay, wait. Okay. So basically took a buy right over here. So if you look on, oh yeah, looked good. Looked good. Yeah, I guess when this candle closed bearish, it was all, the idea was nullified, right? And then basically, oh, I think the pre-London then broke up over here. So then you guys start to look at, okay, how you could have caught this move up. So I think the best way would have been once we started breaking the high over here on the 1 hour time frame here at 139.520 for price to continue up. Because your idea was right, but I guess the timing wasn't the best at that point because, you know, price started to range a little bit. I guess it broke up in pre-London volume here. All right, this is the new 15-minute candle. Once it breaks the low, man, what does this wick rejection becomes? What? Huh? Destination. Beautiful. Once we break the low, this rejection becomes the destination. People love you so much, you should get OnlyFans account. Yeah, we're gonna get an OnlyFans account from January 2021. All the signals are gonna be posted in that OnlyFans account. So it's easy, man. They have a payment processor there for monthly payments. You can send me peaches, oranges.
Bananas,
peaches,
and eggplants.
Yeah, because on OnlyFans you can tip with money. So you tip, someone sends a peach, that's $5. You know, $10.
An emoji, that's $10.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Made my first 20K withdrawal, been watching since June. Oh, wow, beautiful. Learned how to cut losses and only take 1 to 2 trades a day. May Allah continue to bless you. Man, amazing. It's beautiful. All right, what's this? Entry here with buy position. Why, man? Yeah, there was no buys. That wasn't even a possible trade because the candles were bearish. There was no buy over there. So it made no sense. Let's take a look at this gold idea here now. You've clean candles here to the left hand side. You have clean candles moving up. When price breaks out of this box, I'll take an impulse sell back to, okay, back to, I guess, over here. Let's take a look here, yeah. 30 minutes forming like this. Let's take a look at 15 minutes. See the way, even though this can continue down, but the way how I see sells after a really strong bullish move is I would want to see at least a 30-minute to create a support, right? If a 30-minute can create a support, we know that the 30-minute support is a stronger support than 15-minute. And if price breaks the support, then price can continue down. And then you can sit with much more confidence. Okay, price can continue down further towards 1800 or wherever you want to go. So that's what I would want to wait for over here. Happy birthday, Mac. Oh, Mac's birthday is on 3rd, right? Yeah, it's on the 3rd.
Yeah. I had a lot of people tell me happy birthday yesterday. I was saying thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Max squinting. He hasn't got his glasses on.
Was that?
You're squinting.
I'm squinting. No. Yeah, I need to wear my glasses.
Can you please explain what is mean by price on the 30-minute making a support on gold? Okay. So basically what this means is that, okay, let's say sometimes, we have a very, very bullish trend, price comes up, and then, sometimes we say, okay, like, what price has reached the resistance, and then now we're going to take a sell. I don't do this, but like normally this is what we view it as, right? So that's a very perfectly good idea. But at the same time, I think it's also extremely risky here as well, that when you try to take a sell like that. So I think the best thing to do at that point is to hold on. Okay, so the best thing to do at that point is to wait for at least a 30-minute candle to create a support. Because the thing about supports on 15-minute time frame is that they are like weak confirmation support. Sometimes the 15-minute candle can create a support, the next candle can break down and come back up, and it can get it's going to get messy, right? For the sake of my own sanity and for the sake of my own understanding, I take a look on the 30 minutes. So for me to take a sell in a very heavy uptrend, I'd want to see a support formed on at least a 30-minute time frame or above, because if a 30-minute candle, okay, let's draw this candle right over here. This is a really good educational thing someone asked over here. It's good that they asked them in the Zoom session, so that's why I'm answering this. Otherwise, I wouldn't answer this. So look, right? If the 30-minute candle closes like this, now we have a support formed, right? If this is a support formed, and if the next candle starts breaking the low over here, then I know 100% price is going to continue down. Because if it's going to continue down breaking a 30-minute support, that's a strong enough support to justify that move down, right? But if this support is formed on a 15-minute, that's a weak confirmation support. Price can break support on 15-minute and come right back up. That can also happen on a 30-minute, but the chances of that happening on 30-minute are lower than on the 15-minute, right? That's why it's really important to wait. So that's why, when price is trending really bullish, I wait for support to form on the 30-minute to take an impulse sell down. I mean, anything lower than 30-minute, no. So that's what I mean by the 30-minute here. So that's why you're waiting over here for it to close. But while you're waiting, this can continue moving down as well. And if it continues moving down, you shouldn't be thinking, oh man, I missed the sell. No, you didn't miss the sell. Price didn't create the structure you wanted. If price doesn't create the structure you want, that's not a trade for you to take, because you have to be very, very specific in what you want to see in the charts. Same thing right over here. Like we were extremely specific what we wanted to see here in the charts, and that specification was that price should respect the high over here and it should continue dropping below 139.250, which it did. We continued down. Next candle continued down as well. It was a pretty good move over there. Would you say 139 is the new support on GJ? No, it's not a support because this candle is still open. Once this candle closes bullish, then you can say it's a support. But it's open at this point, which means it's open to continue down here as well. Your JPY is still ranging over here. Can someone comment on gold? Man, were your ears closed when we were talking about gold? Spent like 5 minutes talking about gold over here. So,
Come on, man.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah, man. Damn, people don't listen. Can you explain what happened between you and Sean Lee? Oh, nothing, man. Like he came with his 5 friends to do something at the hotel, and nothing happened. And I told him, man, you came with 5 people for 1 person. Come on, man.
Come on, Prawn Lee. Bro, he got mad.
No, Mac.
It
We
was
can't.
like 5 guys, right?
Yeah, it was
But
5 guys.
They all were like small beige candles.
Yeah.
I can remember that.
They were little 5-minute candles.
Small bearish candles came to see a 4-hour candle.
And you look like a bullish gladiator candle.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Shit.
You know Roger's size, right? You can't tell how tall the dude is, right?
No, he's pretty freaking tall, bro.
I looked at him and I was like, my neck's hurting, mate.
Roger and Ted are some big guys, man. No line.
Yeah, it's like if you're hanging out with them, it's like you're hanging out with
No cap, bro.
basketball players.
For real. You feel secure when you're hanging out with these guys, man.
Oh no, Kerwin's also pretty tall. Don't let the webcam fool you, man. Kerwin's pretty tall. He's taller than me a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm the tallest one.
Max pretty short, everyone. Max pretty short.
Nah, I'm not that short. A little tiny.
All right, let's take a look at this Chinese indicator here. Okay, look, pound is weak. Makes sense, right? Pound is weak. Yen is a little bit strong. Pound dollar is also weak. Made sense for it to continue down, right? And if you look at euro yen, euro is strong. Yen is kind of like there, so it's ranging. Weak Aussie. So AUD, USD should be moving bearish. Okay. Whenever someone talks about weak Aussie or Aussie, 90% of the time that's our friend Burner. No one else talks about AUD, USD. He's loyal, you know. The guy is super loyal to his pairs.
Aussie is really good, bro. To be honest, it's when it's trending, it's moving smoothly, man. No pullbacks, no nothing. Just respecting EMAs.
All right, this is a very interesting question here by Rachel Wilburn. Like seriously, I don't know when to go for a sell and buy. When you're stuck in that situation, I think what you need to do is you need to open up a chart and you need to do some analysis, right? Do some analysis with however you want to do the analysis. Just do those analysis and then try to explain what would make price go up and to what level, right? And then try to see that, okay, what would make price go down and to what level? And then just call it a day. Come back after 4 hours and see where price went. You know, if price went to your targets to the upside or to the downside, then you can take a look and say that, okay, it went up. All right, where could I have entered a position? You know, if you can find where could you have entered a position, you've already started succeeding a little bit. You know, because when you can identify where you could have entered a position, that means you're also going to identify where could you have had your stop loss. And do that once a day, every day. Do that for a whole month for once a day. And I can guarantee you're going to learn a lot. But if you just start looking at the chart and say, okay, I guess price should go down from here. I guess it should go up from here. Like, seriously, man, like, come on, man, why isn't it moving? You're not going to learn anything from that. Never. You're not going to learn anything from that. So, you know, if you're in a Forex group, if you're in a mentorship group or whatever, mark up your charts and throw that chart in the group just for, like, you know, accountability, or send that chart to your mentor. If your mentor never answers you, then it is what it is. But, like, just have that analysis done, you know, so that you can come back to that analysis and see what happens and, like, you know, where you could have entered the position and whatnot. So that's going to help you a lot. If you see here, gold is still at this area over here. I really want to. Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, it's making a pretty strong support at 1802. but it's not. I think it's not just gonna range around there, 1807 to 1802.
Yeah. What I want to see is that if this support is formed, and if the next candle breaks the low, will it really continue down to correct this move or not? That's what I want to see.
It could be, to be honest. To be honest, yeah.
Why don't you do a challenge with $100 this month and look how far you will come, so people here can see you can make decent profit on a small amount? Why would I want to make profit on $100 when I can make way more money on my regular account? Doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? Why would I put myself through all this pain, man? It's like, here you go, Raja. Here's $1,000, but no. You can only have $1 from here. Doesn't make any sense. I want the $1,000. You know, like if you're really looking for some sort of validation that it really works, go through my Instagram and go through all my highlights. You know, all the trades are recorded there, live account, withdrawals, everything's recorded there. So if I can do this from March till November, you can do this as well. You know, because from March till November, everything's recorded over there. It's crazy. You know, if you think live streams were enough, man, there you go. My whole account is over there. Still waiting over here. Do you do long trades too, or just scalp? Overnight, you know, like after Asian, if I see a good setup, I'm probably going to take a trade based on a 4-hour going into London and pre-New York. Most times I get stopped out, but other times they continue running. So here we are. The new 15-minute candle is started. This is the 15-minute candle before the New York Open. And if we break the low over here at 139.030, 029, I think we can continue moving down further. Fill this wick and continue on to 138.900. Man, the thing about gold is even though it's in this ranging area, but this range is also pretty big. It's like a 32 pip range over here on gold. What do you think about the trade journal? I think it's a pretty good idea. Do you think it helps with improvement? Oh, absolutely. I've tried it and don't really see the point. Seems like a waste of time. Well, then trading is a waste of time for you then. How can a journal be a waste of time? That's the most ignorant thing you can say. You know, a journal is a waste of time. You know, these live streams are my journal. You know what I do after I'm done trading? I don't look for more trades. I go back to these live streams and I watch what I said. I see what I traded. I see what my ideas were. And based on those ideas, I try to see that, okay, how could I have made these ideas better? If I can consciously see that there were ways I could make these ideas better, I can come back stronger the next day or the next week or the next month. But if you think this is a waste of time, I think you being on the stream here is a fucking waste of time. Because having no journal means having no direction. You have nothing to look back to. I mean, imagine you have Mike Tyson. Yeah? Imagine you have a boxer who boxes and he never watches his previous fights to see how he can get better. You think he's going to be a world champion? No, man. He's going to be the bottom of the crop. He's never going to be the world champion because he's not looking at what he's performing at. So having a journal is extremely, extremely important. And the reason why you are where you are, the reason why you're in this stream here is because you don't have a journal. You know, people who are successful, they don't have journals. Man, they don't ask questions in the stream. They just do their thing. But you need a journal. It's not a waste of time. It's a great use of your time having a journal. I'm triggered. No. Not triggered. I want people to succeed. you know. And I know like people have like, you know, bad habits of over trading, over risking, not journaling. Those are bad habits, you know. And like if you want to be successful like Kervin, or if you want to be successful like Mac is getting a lot of good profitability now, you need to record your trades. You need a journal, right? I mean, if you don't have journals, man, it's not going to help you.
So we've got some Brexit news. I think they're going to continue negotiations till next week.
Oh,
Yeah, so
these negotiations,
Extending that.
they've been,
That's so funny. Keep on extending it.
these negotiations we've been having since 2016.
It's been a long time. It's like
When did
18 months
Brexit?
or something like that.
you see, the Europeans are going to realize the British invented diplomacy, and they're just going to continue it. It's just going to string out, man.
It says here that the negotiations started in March of 2017. So yeah, 3 years ago.
Holy.
All right. So let's give a little example of how to do a journal, right? So let's do that. Let's say that I'm looking for a buy on your JPY, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, this is going to be my plan. Strong resistance. Excuse me for my spellings. I'm just going to do it right over here. So let's say this is going to be my idea that I'm plotting strong resistance. And this is probably going to be the target. Target if price breaks 124,950, right? Seems simple enough. Target if price breaks 124,950. This is going to be the first idea I'm going to put in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot this trade, right? I'm going to screenshot this chart and I'm going to put this in a folder or wherever I'm going to place the chart in, right? Next, if price comes up over here, I see some sort of confirmations. Let's say you have a candle closing like this, and then you're executing on the next candle to basically continue moving up to fill this range, and you're taking that trade, you take the trade, and then let's say what happens is that price basically comes down like this afterwards, right? So you have your before picture, now this is going to be your after, right? So you're going to take a screenshot of this and you're going to put this in the same folder. So now you have a before and you have an after, right? So now what you're going to mark down is you're going to see that, okay, where did you enter? What happened? You know, how many points did price go in profits? So when did it come down, right? So you're measuring all that. You're writing all that in your journal, how you felt in this trade, where you took the entry, where did you close partial positions, where was your stop loss, how did you manage drawdown, how did you manage take profits, you know, all those things you're entering in your journal. Now you have a before and after picture. The more you do this every day, the better you're going to get at journaling, right? For some reason, let's say you took a buy after this candle closed above, and the next candle, let's say it starts to break down and come down, right? And you take a loss over here. Then you're going to say that, okay, I took a loss. How could I have made this loss smaller? You know, how could I have really reduced this loss at this time? So that's how a journal is going to help you. The journal is going to help you to keep your losses small. It's going to help you to, like, you know, to figure out how you could have re-entered the trade. Because, you know, sometimes what happens is that when we take a trade goes in our favor, it comes back to our entry point and then it stops us out. After the trade stops us out, it continues in our favor again. That happens a lot of times. So then when you have a journal, you can look at that and say that, okay, I got stopped out and price went to my target. How could I have re-entered so that I could have still gotten my trade to my target? You know, you're going to learn that from a journal, because you can look back and you can look at your previous notes and understand what happened. Because, man, listen, in trading, you're going to make a lot of money if you're going to take it seriously. You have to take it seriously. If you think journals are a waste of time, or someone commented here that waiting 2 hours on the stream to take a trade is a waste of time, you have to take it very, very seriously. In trading, you're going to make a lot of money really quick, but the idea is to just wait. Yeah, that's what we're expecting over here. For price to continue down. Because, you know, we took a first trade in the morning. That was a sell over here. Identified this breaking down, identified how to manage risk over here, identified where to put a stop loss, identified where price is going to go down. Played out perfectly well. Oh, it looks like gold is breaking here to continue further on. Will gold continue on till 1810? Is that it's trying to do? Do you think gold will break resistance? Yeah, I think so. It's breaking it. It's breaking and closing above 1807. And if it stays here, I think it can very well come up towards 1810. Yeah, 1810 could be reached very easily if price stays above 1807. Can you help me with this chart if it's possible? Let's take a look at this. This is candle broke support prior to candle over here. I didn't enter, but based on your entries last 2 weeks, it looks like the same logic would make sense to execute those kind of setups. Yes. Not over here because you didn't have enough range, right? Because your support was right here, so there wasn't enough range. This was a better idea right over here. Not over here. There wasn't enough range here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to continue on. Yeah, so if you measure this range, yeah, this wasn't enough range. This was a 7-8 pip range. It's not enough at all. Was there any trades on the stream? I left early. Yes. We identified a sell on pound yen. All right, your GPY is about to close above here. 124,950. Gold is also slowly inching its way towards 1809. Hey Raja, for the fourth time, I demand from you any idea for Euro USD, please. All right, we're gonna take a look at Euro USD. Let's take a look at Euro USD over here. Even though I hate this pair, but I'm gonna take a look at this. Okay, so this pair on daily is moving up over here. We're approaching some sort of a resistance here to the left-hand side. Looks like we rejected it yesterday, right here. So let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame here. Looking on the 4-hour, what we have is, all right, let me remove this big fat zone over here. So we have a resistance created on the 4-hour right here, right? So I'm only looking at this resistance here. I'm not looking at this area. I'm only looking at this one because this is the most recent resistance you have at this point. We're going to worry about this on the small time frames. So going to the 1-hour time frame here, obviously we have a resistance formed there, and looks like there's some sort of a issue over here. But before that issue, we got to address this support down over here as well. Let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, we're basically in a range. So we got this minor resistance forming here. We have, let's measure this range over here. This range down to here, 9 pips. This is 14 pips. So this whole area is a range. It's a no trading range over here. The only clean range we have is above 1.19700 going all the way towards yeah, it's like 10 pip range. So there's no trade over here. So yeah, I think Euro USD would be a pretty good idea coming above 1.19800 going all the way towards, 1.2 thousand there, up there, over there. See, now we talk about this area here. So this is going to be your clean range to trade in. Or maybe when we break below here, price can come down towards, this area around here. So this is going to be a no trade range. This is a small range. So you're going to be waiting a long time for price to break above here to continue up here. What do you mean by not enough range? Usually I hear it's in a range. Yeah, so not enough range. That's a professional analogy now. It's like you're measuring the range, right? I mean, if you look on your USD and if you want to take a trade, let's say above this area to continue up here, this is like 10 pips, right? It's a 10 pip range. It's not enough. I mean, if you're looking to grab like 10 pips or 12 pips, 15 pips, you need at least a 20 to 25 pip range. You know, you need a big enough range to catch those trades. I mean, if you look at this range above here, this is a 18 to 19 pip range. So just ask yourself, is it going to be easy to get 10 to 12 pips in an 18 pip range? Or is it going to be easy to get 10 pips in a 10 pip range? You know, I think it's going to be easy to get, 12, 13 pips in a 20 pip range rather than in like a smaller range. So that's where you need a bigger range. And yeah, pound yen is just retracing at this point. There's nothing to do on pound yen now.
But you need a big old range.
Yeah, need a big old range. Hey, first time on the stream, how many pairs is best to follow trading your style? I think one pair. I welcome everyone this is the first time here in the stream. We go live every day. You're welcome to send charts. We're going to take a look at your charts, give you the ideas. Sometimes we give out trading ideas as well. This morning we gave a selling idea on pound yen with full stop loss, take profit, analogy, risk management, everything. So you're going to learn a lot if you tune in every day. Oh, someone's stop loss is about to hit. Oh no, gold is going to 1810.
GJ is pumping too. I'm gonna buy right now.
When you make comments like that, there's some trader out there who can trade.
I know, my bad.
And you have to understand, right? When you make comments like that, people look at you as a professional. So
I know, I slipped, my bad.
yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Because there are new people, people who are new here in the gulag, when they look at guys here with their cams on, they're thinking, oh, these are all like really amazing traders.
No, we're cool people.
Yeah, we're cool people. Euro JPY buy? No, it's ranging, man. Look at this. Garbage.
It's a go cheat range.
Yeah. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. Strong bearish momentum. Price closed in profits. Next candle or break even. Smooth stop loss support was formed. Got stopped out over here. Where'd you enter? You entered over here. Price closed in profits. Impulse entry after price made retracement on to next candle. I don't know where you entered. You entered on this wick, this candle. Oh, TP1 over here. Okay, was hit. Okay, perfect. And then you got stopped out here. Alright, we're coming back up to this support area where price broke down. If it comes back in this range here, I don't know what you're just trying to do. Because theoretically, it should create some sort of a minor resistance here to continue down to retest the slow it created. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, this is a gold chart. Alright, stop loss was over here. Support created with this candle closing bullish. Enter when the price break this high at 1805. Oh, nice. Nice. So this was an impulse trade here. Very nice. Creative FX. Beautiful. Yeah, that was a very well played trade idea here. Price broke the high and continued on. So much volume in gold here. Johnson's spokesman will continue to negotiate on the EU trade deal. Man, I remember when Boris Johnson came in and when Theresa May was leaving, I thought that Brexit is going to be done. Theresa May's left. She couldn't make a decision. This Boris is coming in, Trump lookalike. He's probably going to make a decision, you know, some retarded decision. But man, he even like, this thing is just being dragged on now for a long time. They got to get their act together now in 2021. I think 2021 is going to be a very, very volatile year. With everything happening, there's the virus 2.0 coming in 2021. Man, it's going to be a mess. But hey, we're all going to be here. We're all going to be here on the streams. We're going to experience it together. I think a lot of people are going to have their breakout moments in 2021. Because you spent the last 4 months, 5 months, you know, on the streams here, like learning and watching and planning. And 2021, man, it's going to be a different year for a lot of people here. GJ moved up because of NY volume. Yeah, also like, you know, I think it moved down a lot, so it had to do some sort of a retracement, maybe to create some sort of a minor resistance to continue down to retest this low or whatnot. So we're gonna wait. When you stop the stream this month? Probably on the 20th. Yeah. From the 20th December till the 10th January, there will be no streams because it's going to be a holiday. Please don't trade during that time. I mean, imagine going in drawdowns over the holiday season. So you're going to be locked down, right? You're going to be locked down. You're going to be in a drawdown. It's going to be all down for you, man. Holiday, just enjoy the holiday season. Imagine people blow accounts before Christmas. Holy man. Mac, are you a bodybuilder?
A bodybuilder, like my career. Do I get paid for bodybuilding? No.
What does it take though?
Takes a lot. Like you gotta get sponsored. Just to make like at least $50,000, you need like at least a good amount of sponsors, like nutritional brands.
Oh, 50,000 a month?
A year.
Oh, wow, that's hard work.
Yeah, it's super hard.
Do you guys celebrate Christmas in Canada? Yes, we have Christians here in Canada and they do celebrate Christmas, yes. Man, it snowed overnight over here too. Oh wow, it's still snowing. I blew my account today, 25 days to Christmas. Wow. Maybe you can use the Christmas money to fund your account. What more can I say? But you... Ted, it's looking bullish. What you think? Yeah, we'll send a message to Ted over here via pigeon. Our Kerm's parrots can fly and give a message to Ted.
Yeah, man.
Man, you guys are hilarious in the gulag. Oh, 1810 hit on gold. Damn. Yeah, it's a strong resistance over here too. I mean, if we break it, where are we headed?
The way it's looking is it's gonna break it though.
Yeah. Head to 1813. Blowing accounts is not normal. Okay. I'm in a GBP CHF buy. Good luck, stay safe. Yeah, it looks like it's going to break 1810.
Mhm.
This was respected here for a long time. And if we break it, we're coming straight up. What was your last DM to Ted on IG? I don't know. Let's take a look over here. What was the last thing I said to him on Instagram?
Bro, what the heck is wrong with these people? It's like how they walk into your house and they don't even ask for you. That's for your grandma. Ted, what he was up during London, so I think he's probably sleeping now.
My last message was, oh, I liked his story. Yeah. Before that, my last message to him was, soon underwear. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about. I think we were talking about. Oh, okay. So someone sent me. So there's this company, Skull Candy, right? They sent me some things, and I'm like, yeah, they sent me this thing, and people send me shirts and mugs, and then I said, oh, soon I'll get free underwear. Yeah, powered by Under Armour. Yeah. Yeah, man, we joke around here and there. Raja, I DM you before on Instagram to see if you have a course to study. Can you please answer me? Well, if you can find the course, you can find the course. If you can't, then it is what it is. Oh, look at this, your JPY. It isn't breaking here. Still arranging. GJ as well is showing some sort of a rejection here. No trades. Oh, nice. With shift, I can use this ruler. Oh, thank you. Thank you, random person in the gulag. Pound Swiss franc buy. All right. Since your JPY is ranging, we're going to bring it up over here and we're going to take a look at if pound CHF is going to be a... Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good buy over here. Let's take a look on the 4 hour, right? Start from the daily. So daily is bearish. Buys make no sense at this point. 4 hour is also bearish, but apparently it's maybe rejecting this area over here. So far buys don't seem valid. Looking on the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour is going bearish. Buys don't make sense over here. Looking at the 30-minute candle is also heading bearish over here. Buys don't make sense over here. Looking at the 15-minute, it's also bearish. Buys don't make sense over here. You have resistance here over here, right? Looking at the 5, so all the time frames from daily all the way down to 5-minute, they're all bearish. So buys don't make sense here. But if you want to hold your buys, that's all up to you. But I'm just saying what I see. What I see, it's like, yeah. So what I see, the candles are all going down. I don't think you can take a buy when candles are going down. Thank you, Raja and Uncle. My boo listens to you every day. Hopefully he won't stay in the gulag. I hope he doesn't stay in the gulag for long as well. Yeah, we got CAD news coming in slowly here in about 18 minutes. Oh no, yeah, 18 minutes. Thank you, Bernard. You got CAD news coming in. Pound is now coming back in this ranging area here. I think once we break below here, we can continue down to 138.900.
Roger, to get out of the gulag, we've got to figure out who Raja Banks is, who Rakeel is, what market fluidity is. Man, that took me ages.
See, I'm Raja, the guy who posts on Instagram. That's Rakeel, because he's good with that. He does all the highlights and stuff like that too. He answers all the emails as well. Yeah, sometimes people get confused, man. Who's Raja?
And the market fluidity, and then Forex family. I know everyone, man. It was a nightmare.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of names over there thrown around. How do you consider GJ's move right now as either a trend change or just a pullback? I think this was a retest of this area, but obviously there was no confirmations for a retest except on the small time frames. But I think if we break below 139.033, I think there's an opportunity for price to continue down within this support to continue till 138.900. Do you think you could trade other pairs based on what you have learned trading GJ, or are pairs unique? I think pairs are very unique. All pairs are very unique. If you're going to focus on pound yen, you're going to find that euro yen is way different than pound yen. You're going to find that pound US dollar is way different than pound yen. So every pair is extremely different, right? Every pair is like a person, right? You need to spend time with the pair at a certain time every day to really understand how it's moving. So you guys see, mostly I focus on pound yen, and I think I'm pretty average at pound yen. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying I'm pretty average, right? But if you're gonna try to say, hey, try to take a trade on Euro USD, I'd be like, oh no, I can't trade Euro USD. I stay away from Euro USD. I don't know nothing about Euro USD. Gold is pretty volatile. I don't trade gold much, so if I want to do something on gold, I'm probably going to ask Kervin, or I'm probably going to ask Ted a little bit to see what their views are, and then I'm going to align myself with market structure and then execute on gold. But most times, man, pound yen, that's it. I focus on one pair, and that pair works for me. So that's what you got to do. You got to focus on just one currency pair, and you're going to start to understand it. If you focus on, let's say, one pair for about a week, and you see that during this week it didn't really move, and you move to another pair, man, now you're cutting yourself short. You can't do that. You have to stay fixated on that pair, because trading takes time. It really takes time. We can spend 4 years in university and 5 years in university to be able to get a job, but we can't spend even a year being disciplined in the market. Man, come on, man. You're sitting out on money if you're not waiting. It takes a long time, this trading thing, to work.
Yeah, it does. A lot of patience.
Yeah.
That's out of discipline. Right, Mac?
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Love you too.
All right. My magic key package had a blunt in it. Should I send it back?
Yeah, man,
Well.
I'm gonna give you my address.
Well, one lucky person. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna start sending blunts and magic keys.
Just bless them up.
Imagine you open magic keys.
You've been blessed.
You've been blessed. Open with the blunt inside. And it's gonna be hilarious, the blunt.
Imagine you do that by accident, you drop it or no. Shit, I'm a lucky winner.
Yeah. How do you know if a pair isn't for you? Well, looks like you haven't really tried a pair for a long time. It's like, when you go buy clothes with your parents, and your parents say, hey, try this on. And you're like, no, I don't like it. But parents say, but you haven't tried it on yet. Try it. And then you try it, you're like, oh yeah, it looks good. Fits good. So you got to try the pair for a couple of weeks. All right. Let's take a look at this chart over here. GJ, if we close below this area and next candle respects the high and breaks the lower low, we should continue going down to fill the wick. I think, yeah, that's going to be an aggressive idea. I'm going to go a little safer on that idea, and I'm probably gonna add saying that if we break below right here, then we can continue moving bearish, because this is a support, right? It's a very strong support at that point. I've seen other people, so-called gurus, saying that you need at least 3 to 4 screens to trade. Man, when I started, I had a laptop, and then I had 1 screen, and then I had 2 screens. So when I had 1 screen, I was still kind of profitable, and then I had 2 screens, and then I had 3 screens, and then I downgraded back to 2 screens, because there was a lot of screens, man. Now I have 2 4K screens in front of me. Amazing. Ooh, looks like your USD is breaking up over here. That means your JPY is also trying to break up here a little bit. Your JPY is trying to get out of the gulag. This is the your JPY gulag here. Entry on the break of 1 hour on EJ is valid even if this 1 hour candle closed bearish. What? Oh yeah, I mean, if this 1 hour candle breaks the high over here, I think that's going to be a pretty good idea, because now when we're looking at the time, we're looking at the times here, right? Look, pre-London, Euro JPY ranged, right? London Open ranged. We moved into pre-New York ranged. We moved into NY Open, we ranged, right? So now you're looking to see we're ranging through all these high volume times, right? We're in New York Open right now. This is a New York Open candle. So if we break the high over here on the 1 hour, right here, there's a possibility. Oh yeah, now there's a possibility to continue moving bullish, right? Yeah, there's a possibility for it to move up now here. So you're expecting the volume to drive price up at this point, you know, because we ranged through pre-London and pre-New York. So NY Open, there has to be some sort of volume. If price won't break in pre-New York, in New York here, it's probably going to break in NYC Open. So yeah, that was a good call there, Gabriel. Very nice. He broke the high and boom, should continue up here. Bro, when you take the whole month of December off, does it affect your trading performance? I usually perform bad on Mondays because I was away on weekends. No, not really, because I just have to wait and execute on very high probability ideas. You know, like look here, your JPY was just ranging, so there was no trade. And based on my explanation and Gabriel's idea there, we can now see price has broken up, so it should continue moving bullish at least till 125, 040, 041. Pound yen is now ranging. Oh, gold tapped into 1811. Gold is really wild with these wicks, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
super wild. Like, if you're gonna trade, you have to be really quick on gold. You get 10 pips, 15, 20 pip profit, boom, secure that.
Yeah, you gotta have super fast fingers.
Yeah.
Clack, clack, clack.
Hey Raja, what's going on with the whole farming protests in India? If I was from India, I would know what's going on. But I'm from Canada. I'm a Canadian. I don't know what's going on. Google it, man.
I'm a Canadian, eh?
Canadian, eh? What made you start to secure 10 pips? Any backtest stories? Yeah, I mean, when I first started, so I started under mentorship of Ted, right? And he focused on like securing 10 pips, 12 pips, 15 pips. So I was like, okay, well, I was a dumbass. I didn't know anything. So I was like, okay, awesome. 10 pips, I guess that's the way to do it then. You know, because you're a new trader, like you don't know nothing. I knew nothing. I was like, all right, 10 pips, perfect. We'll do that then. So we used to do that, 10 pips, and then what happened was, and then I started learning about Fibonacci's and Elliott waves, and I saw people on Instagram getting like 100 pip trades and 200 pip trades, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to get those 100 pip trades. Fuck these 10 pips. I'm gonna get 100 pip trades. So I started focusing on 100 pip trades. What's going on here? Nothing. So once I started focusing on 100 pip trades, what started to happen was that I noticed that my trades would go in profits to about 15 to 20 pips. And then what would happen was that same trade would come back in drawdown. So this happened for over 3-4 months. And I was like, man, why? Why isn't it working? So then I looked back and saw that, okay, there is an 80% probably. So I looked at all my losing trades and I found out that 80% of the time or 70% of the time, my trades were always going in 10, 15 pip profits all the time. So then I looked back and said, okay, well, this makes sense. Maybe I can secure 10 to 15 pips all that 70% of the time and then leave a runner running. Because if that runner can continue on running for a swing trade for 100 pips, amazing. If not, it's going to get stopped out at break even. So, and then I looked back and saw that, okay, that's why TED goes for 10, 12, 15 pips. Because within these 30-minute ranges, 15-minute ranges, that's doable. And then I found out, okay, if I can do this on a number of days, then I can really compound my account. And with confidence, I can really increase my risk as well. So that's why I stick to 10 pips, 12, 15 pips, secure positions, leave a runner, and that's it. Because the only thing that's going to change in your trading is, man, listen, bigger trades don't mean big money, right? Consistency means big money. Because the only thing in your trading that's going to change are your lot sizes. That's it, nothing else. Your patterns are going to stay the same. Market structure is going to stay the same. Wait time right over here is going to stay the same. The only thing that's going to change are your lot sizes. You go from 10 cents to 50 cents to 1 lot to 1.5 to 2 lots, 3 lots, 5 lots. Man, after 1 lots, the game changes completely. Now you're making $100 a day, $120 a day. At 2 lots, $200 a day, $250 a day. That's it. A normal average person here in Canada makes minimum, I'd say $100 working 8 hours a day. So if you can be consistent for about 2-3 months, man, you can really increase your lot sizes slowly.
Raja, let me ask you something. If you even go for 100 pips, 200 pips, isn't it about the risk you take? If you are going for 200 pips, you need to have 50 pips stop loss, 100 pips stop loss, so you take 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Then you're basically focusing on the daily and the 4-hour time frames.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Then you're not looking at the 5-minute. You're not looking at the 30-minute. You're not looking at the 1 hour at all. Nothing. You're only looking at the daily and the 4-hour. But the thing
there's a YouTube channel, Forex YouTube channel that does that, and what I realize is that he doesn't trade only one currency. He trades every currency, and he studies a lot, man. He waits every currency for weeks. He gives his analysis daily for different currencies, but he waits and he studies a lot, man. Like a undergrad student, he studies, waits for lots of different symbols. I like this one pair, smaller time frame trading a lot better, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because the same thing is here, right? If we're looking on your JPY here, so we were basically waiting, we waited around 2 hours for it to break out and execute on the smaller time frames. So if you're looking at 100 pips, 200 pips, then you're right. You're waiting 2 days, 3 days, 4 days for that daily candle to show up, and then you can execute on that. Yeah, there's a lot of waiting. Some people like waiting. Some people like having trades in and done in about 15 minutes, 30 minutes. So it all depends.
There's no feeling like it, man.
Oh yeah. Would you have pulled the trigger on Euro GBPY, or would you wait for the bar to close bullish in 15 minutes? I think you meant Euro JPY. Yeah, so that's where we would have pulled the trigger once we started breaking the high. This is what we were talking about here. Once we broke the high, that was an impulse entry idea right over there for price to continue bullish. Do you think I can be a profitable trader for a long term just scalping gold? If you think me saying yes will make you a profitable trader, then yes, I think so. But you have to really focus on just one trade a day. But man, gold is really difficult, especially during these times. Gold is extremely difficult to trade. How come and why did you decide on using a fixed lot size rather than risking a percentage of your account, as you read in most places you should do? Well, I think that was a challenge, right? Because when I first started, obviously I was using percentages, but then the challenge came, can I really get to the higher lots, you know? So that was the whole challenge. So I just shifted from percentage to higher lots. And we can see your JPY is flying. I think your USD is also flying over here. Oh, look, pound CHF is dropping over here, so there were no buys. It's ooh, your
with Euro JPY, just be aware of this can easily be a fake up. So just be careful if this 15 candles is coming to close below that resistance. It's something to be aware of. And here is why this can easily be a fake up. Usually when any pair tends to range a lot pre-New York, and you have this break from this consolidation from these small ranges, you're gonna find out that the move, if the move is gonna be the correct move to one side or another, it's gonna be a heavy push, maybe 20-25 pips in 15 or 30 minutes. Now this breakout from that resistance, at this point we already should have this massive move to the upside, but the way this candle just move outside from that range is kind of fishy. So this candle, the current 15-minute candle, basically can do something like this, from this and close below this area, and this is going to be a fake up. Just be aware of that, please.
all right, let's take a look at this chart over here. I'm waiting for a break of these levels to take an entry, or do I have to wait for a candle to close beyond it? Yeah, I think break below the support, we could continue down, but the only problem is this is not enough range here. It's like 12 pips tops, not enough. But if you do break above here, then you have an opportunity for price to come back within this range. So I'd say that's going to be a good idea here. But even though when we do come up, I think coming up here would be better for price to come up here in this 23 pip range. Oh, if this candle closed bearish and the next one breaks the low, will be a valid sell? Yes. Yes and no, because see, this candle's low is above the support. So this should be somewhere over here. This low should have been somewhere over here for it to break it and continue down. But this is basically closing above support, so it's still in this range here. Looks like your JPY is coming back down over here. It doesn't want to continue on.
Julian Colantonio. No, I'm not on EJ buys. I'm aware of this. This can be easily a fake up. 15-minute close outside this range, but I don't like it so far. This is something that you're gonna learn over time, that these pairs, have these consolidation areas, and during New York, they tend to break out, but the volume it doesn't seem like it's a big volume. So most likely the next 15-minute candle is gonna come back all the way down toward the previous range, and this is why you need to be careful with these pairs. Coming from the gulag, Mo Hallelujah. Wow, what a easy name, to be honest. What about gold? Gold should continue up. The only problem with gold is you have to measure how many pips you're gonna need a stop loss. And at this point is, even though it's a small range in there, but you need at least 30 pips a stop loss for gold. But should continue. 1815 can be easily a nice target for gold. But the way it's looking so far is too much. It's too much of the stop loss for me.
Man, I wonder how you guys feel about in Miami having no snow in Christmas.
Pretty awesome, man. Actually, we had a nice weather today. We're basically like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really nice. It's really nice outside.
Excuse me, brother. It is not nice out. It's way too cold, man.
Way too
on,
cold.
Man.
Yeah, I came out and it was super cold.
Are you an iguana, man, my brother?
Look at y'all with hoodies on and y'all inside.
Wow.
Because well, I'm old already, so my bones are always cold.
You're like a couch,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But my house usually is 66, 68 degrees. My kids are like polar bears.
Wow, man, that's wild. Mine's like 77.
The good thing about Miami is that every house has like a central AC unit.
Wow, it's 28 degrees over here.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Wow.
It's too cold.
Yeah, gotta change these two. You Americans over here can understand from Celsius to Fahrenheit.
That's another language to us, bro.
Celsius. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is looking to buy if price close above 139.161. I think that's going to be a very difficult idea, and the reason why is because this was a support formed which price broke. This move up was a retest of that support. So even if you take a buy above this minor resistance here, you still run into this area of rejection here, which was before, which is 9 pips. So even now, this is 9 pips. It makes it like an untradeable range because it's smaller, right? And then your idea comes over here that, okay, can we move up from here to up over here? Then this becomes a much more valid idea. But like, who knows? Like some volume can come in from a external fundamental factor and really move price. That's something we don't know. But like, technically speaking, I think that's going to be a better idea to move about 139.250. Which video should I start to learn your way? I think you should go through all the videos on YouTube. You have a lot of videos on YouTube. Went out to get the dog and freeze out. Oh, seems like you kept the dog outside the whole night. Hey dog, you can come inside now. Alright. Let's take a look at this. Sir, do you think it's a just lucky trade or not? So we had a reject. So this is a 5-minute chart over here. You had a 5-minute rejection. Entry in 5-minute broke the previous low. I think this was pretty good. I wanted to mention this, but I didn't mention it because it was a little bit of an advanced idea. The thing here was that you had a resistance here. Candle broke out of resistance. This candle went back within this range. So this move became like a fake out on the 5-minute time frame. And then you had this sell coming down. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was a well planned out sell. So it wasn't luck. You planned it out really well and it worked out in your favor. This is my favorite tune. Okay, what's this? What are you waiting for? I'm waiting for 9 a.m. so I can leave. Gulag, what are you waiting for? God damn. Hey, Raja, can you take a look at my chart? Alright, let's take a look here. 4-hour candles are also coming down to a close, so we're going to see what happens here. Oh, GJ, 15-minute, breaking down over here, pretty good. I think breaking below this support would be much better here as well. Alright. Gold is coming back up now. Let's take a look at this 4-hour. 4 hours at this rejection area. We'll need some momentum from the smaller time frames here to push it up towards 1813. Probably Kerwin's level at 1815. Looking on GJ on the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours rejecting here as well. So we'll see how it closes on this 4-hour. You know, looking on the 1 hour, it seems like it's doing this move down. Alright, let me just remove this area from here. Looks like it's doing these small candles and the next candle to just drive down. That's what it looks like. It came down, retraced, came down, probably doing a retrace to drive down again. We'll see how that formulates on the 30-minute time frame here.
Right, guys, thank you very much for today. Raja, thank you kindly. Team, stay safe, stay strong.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, what confirms support and resistance for you, and could people get confused between supply demand zones and order blocks? Yeah, I mean, if you keep supply demand and order blocks and support resistance in mind, you're probably going to get confused. You know, me, I only focus on support resistances, and that's it. That's it. I don't look at order blocks. I don't focus on supply demand. I just focus on, for me, they're all the same thing, right? I'm just going to focus on zones. So let's say on pound yen, right? Pound yen, I have a zone right over here at 138.900. And I know that if we break below this zone, I'm going to look to see that, okay, where's the next zone where price can come down to? So I'm going to say, okay, maybe 138.740 is going to be the next zone price can come down to. Or maybe on the higher time frame, like on the 1 hour time frame, maybe 138.650 is going to be the next zone where price can come down to. So that's what I look at. I locate the most recent zones, and then I see that, okay, if we break the top zone, where can price move on to next? Or if we break the bottom zone, where can price move on to next? That's it. And obviously then, you know, you have like candle confirmations and candle closing and whatnot. So you got to keep those things in mind too when you're taking trades. But for the most part, man, I'm just waiting. I mean, we called out one trade on pound yen sells earlier on. Some gold buys over here, but then your JPY buy. But then we waited for your JPY a lot. We waited 2 hours for this to actually break up. What do you think about swing trading? I think swing trading is the same idea that we do here, but on higher time frames. That's what swing trading is. Wow, what a deep pullback by your JPY. That was a monster pullback.
Yeah.
Just like every day. First thing in the morning. And they were like, if you don't have a vaccine, you're not coming into this restaurant or in the bar. Like, that may happen. Bro, talk about good music.
Well, looks like GVP JPY is gonna continue to the upside.
Yeah, this 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute candle is about to close here soon.
Yes, that's the thing. The 4-hour looks fishy. Looks like this 4-hour is gonna close above the, you know, above the 139, 270. We may get a nice push to the upside.
How can I improve the habit of when I'm in a swing trade and it's been red for a few days, the second it goes in blue, I close the position, missing out on potential profits? Maybe close half and let the half run, or maybe close like, 70%, 60% of the position, let the rest thing run. Could I mail you a chart? Yeah, man, you can mail me the chart, but with the way the holiday season is, I may get the chart in 2 weeks, and by that time, that setup may play out already.
Yeah.
Probably not an email. Sometimes people send me emails, man. Email charts. Hey, bro, can you take a look at this on a live stream? Come on, man. Send the charts over here. Where did you take your resistance gray box from your JPY? Just wondering what time frame you took it from there. Let's take a look here. Oh, this one was on right over here, the 30-minute, the 1 hour time frame. So that's just the approximation where I'd want price to come up to. All right, I'm gonna be right back.
you guys are on EJ buys again, just be careful, man. Don't try to force a trade on EJ. Sorry. Wait for this 4-hour candle to close. This 4-hour candle easily can come down and close around 124.900. So you're gonna get stuck in this range. Just be careful, man.
I'm just close the position with 5 pip.
That's good, man. I mean, as long you can manage this trade, there's nothing to be worry about. But I know that many people tend to hold these trades just because they think it's gonna go one direction, and you still have 10.
EJ?
Yeah, AJ. Just be careful, man.
I mean, if you look on the 30 minutes, it just looks like a break and retest. But then again,
Yeah.
it's 30 minutes, so you don't got that much confirmation. It could just range around there. And the way EJ moves is like, what, like 7 pips to get to that wick?
Yeah.
It's not even worth it. How about GJ? GJ is breaking up resistance right now. It's breaking up a good PPL, 0.200. If it stays above 0.200, it could continue up to that gray zone of 139.800 easily.
Yeah, GA is doing exactly what I was expecting to do.
Yeah, I'm done for
the 4-hour candle closing above 139.270, and you can have a range.
Ooh, your JPY is breaking another high over here. Let's take a look here. This is GJ 15 minute. If price doesn't retrace back to a downside, I would enter a buy position. Looks like you're already in the buy position here. The only thing I don't like about this range is this minor resistance over here, and there's another problem over here, which looks pretty clean on the 30 minute and the 1 hour, but then on the 1 hour you have this minor resistance over here as well. These are the only things I don't like about this range. I like this range much better, above 139, 500. This is like way better because you got one solid candle coming down.
Yeah.
Looking at a claim happened there. The UC student get ran over.
Ran over.
Yeah.
Killed.
No.
Do you guys look at indices? No, we don't look at indices. Hey, I left IM Academy for you. Oh, nice. Nice. Congratulations, man. You left IML finally. Amazing.
Oh, you quick with it. You super quick with it. I love
Beautiful. Very nice.
Is that like a button you have on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man, you made a change in the lifestyle, man. IM Academy, $200 a month? Wow, crazy. That's a lot of money, $200 a month. You know, if you save $200 every month in 6 months, you can buy your mom a nice present. Yeah, we rescued another soul. Ooh, your JPY is really moving here now, coming up to our target.
And so is gold.
1812. Wow, 1813 coming up over here too. Your USD is also moving up to the target here now, slowly. All right, your JPY also came on the target. Was it valid to take a buy on GJ once it broke the previous high on the 30-minute chart? In my opinion, no. I wouldn't have taken that buy. I wouldn't have taken this buy over here. As I said, my buys would be above 139.500. That's where I would take buys. Well, there we have it, boys. Your JPY reached target here finally.
Ooh.
Once we broke above here, this was a deep pullback over here. I think this was a second entry right here once we started breaking the high at this point. But then this was a 6-7 pips away, so still pretty good. Gold's probably gonna hit target in the next hour or so.
Yeah, a couple minutes before this 4-hour candle close. But at this point, anybody on gold should secure profits because it may retrace all the way down.
Any opinion on what could I have done better? Let's take a look here. This is your JPY entry here, closed 50%, closed 50% here, nearly 10 pips. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, so when price was retracing deeper, you secured some positions there. And now I guess you need to take a look at, see that, okay, how could you have added this position back? You know, and the only thing I can see is that maybe you could have added that position back once we started breaking the high over here. You know, so that's another level up, right? First level is to understand where you're closing your partial positions in drawdown. Second level is to see that, okay, where can you add that position back? Right, that's a second level, so that's going to take some time too. But that was a very good execution and hold, so it's very nice. Oh wow, look at that thing go, man. Crazy. Oof, crazy move here, just like yesterday. Yesterday, Euro Yen moved. Again, it's moving here today. Man, oh man.
Boy.
Gold is also slowly coming up towards 1813. Wow, beautiful. Man, so many plays we called out here today. Pound yen sells, Euro yen buys. Oof. Gold coming up here too. Oh, 1813. 1813 has been hit over here as well.
Hallelujah.
Good job, Kervin.
Very nice. High five.
Beautiful.
Very nice. What?
Kervin got his TP at 1813.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's 1 minute before 9.
1 minute before 9.
You know, I don't want to be a greedy man, but the way this 4-hour candle is closing, the next hour should just open and continue pushing further up, man, on gold.
Yeah, up into these wicks.
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah.
But so yet, I'm done so, man.
Nice.
Gloria a Dios.
Yeah, it was a good day here today. Good day, mateys. So I'm gonna head off over here. Thank you for everyone showing up here, just like yesterday. I really appreciate it. hope we can all leave with some sort of like a learning here and maybe get better for tomorrow.
Appreciate, man.
Holy, this thing is still running with this new candle.
Yeah. And
All right, bye bye, muchachos, muchachas, gulag.
Take care,
Gulag is like a different gender. Nah, I'm playing. Bye.
I appreciate, man. I appreciate. Bye.
All right, man. You're good. You're safe.
All
Stay
right.
strong.
Hold on.
Trade. Huh?
What?
Oh, I thought we were
Yeah.
gonna tap 1815 over here.
Yeah, it's coming for more, bro.
Nah, it's just coming through.
This 4 hour candle just closed so much bullish, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop being greedy. Bye.
nah. Yeah, man.
All right, Gulag. Take care. Give a like on the stream and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, man.